One of the actors from Sons of Anarchy killed his 81-year-old landlord and then jumped on top of a roof, fell off, and killed himself. Now, this is 28-year-old Johnny Lewis, and apparently he had a good relationship with this 81-year-old landlord. However, he was on drugs. Authorities believe that he was on either PCP or meth. Other reports indicate that he could have possibly been on bath salts.
Oh, here we go.
Well, this is a synthetic. They think he might have been on a synthetic, because bath salt's now illegal. A synthetic bath salt replicator.
Known as Smiles.
Smile, right? Yeah. Smiles, yeah.
Here's the only idea worse than taking bath salts: taking a synthetic version of bath salts, like something that's even more screwed up.
He had a brutal last since February of this year. He'd been arrested like 4 times, breaking and entering a building, or entering a building with intent to commit a felony. He was obviously going to rob something. He was assaulted a woman, was told to keep away from her. But the system appears to have missed him a couple times. He was sentenced for one of these assaults that he had, and he had a number of them. Finally, after a number of short sentences, he became his own lawyer, represented himself. And
that sounds like a really good idea, because a guy on bath salts would do a terrific job of representing himself.
Well, he changed his plea. He pled not guilty, and he changed it to no contest. And he got 365 days in jail. And then about 10 days later, he got 291 days in jail for another crime on top of the 365. So he was looking at nearly 2 years in county, and he was out 43 days later because of the same overcrowding that keeps, for all the complaint, like, we need to shut up about Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan and whether they served their 28 days. I mean, literally, I didn't give a shit then. I don't give a shit now. They don't commit serious crimes.
But here's my question.
Right? So you're saying
keep this guy in.
Right.
Like, this is what we need to do.
I agree with you, but I'm wondering if he got a shorter sentence in the end because of overcrowding and the fact that he's a celebrity.
No, he'd had a disastrous couple of years. I don't think anybody. He's representing himself. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thinks that guy's a celebrity outside of Jesus.
There's a lot of fascinating stuff with this. He played a character named Half Sack on Sons of Anarchy. He was really good. I was sort of, I mean, I don't know. I just knew.
I mentioned Jesus because he watches the show too. Right?
You know Half Sack, right, Jesus? Yeah. So he, his dad is apparently really active with the Scientology church.
Oh, really?
A really high-ranking official of Scientology.
That seems to have worked out well.
This kid had done the Narcanon at Scientology, their drug rehab, which obviously didn't work. The most interesting part of the story, I think, is the evidence. Well, first of all, I'm curious, because it was a house he jumped off, so he didn't really, he killed himself, but it doesn't sound like intentional. You don't really jump off the roof of a house.
Unless you're on synthetic bath salts and you think you can fly.
He clearly hit his head, I guess. It must have been. That part I haven't been able to ascertain. But he killed the woman, the 81-year-old woman. She rents this house. It's like she rents like 5 suites in this house. She rents them to stars all the time, like a lot of fairly known stars. I don't have it in front of me, but like people you've heard of have rented.
He used to date Katy Perry back in 2006.
Yeah, he dated.
No! Yeah. Oh my God, how the mighty have fallen, literally.
So he
unbearable.
Too soon?
But after he killed the 81-year-old woman who was, well liked and rented the house to these celebrities, he dismembered her cat.
Oh!
With his hands.
Oh! No. Look, I'm banning this drug, whatever it is. My policy is, first of all, it's already banned. But anyway, my policy is legalize all drugs, right? Marijuana, whatever, because you're going to get it anyway, creates gangs, et cetera, et cetera. Except bath salts. Keep it illegal under any and all circumstances.
Let's discuss that a little bit, because I think that's an interesting thing to say. First of all, part of the problem is that we have criminalized so many drugs that people are going to extreme lengths to create these synthetic drugs, right?
That's a great point.
And these synthetic drugs are being sold at pipe shops, and a lot of times people think, oh, it's at the pipe shop, it's legal, I'll buy it. But since it's not regulated and we don't know what the contents of that drug is, what happens is people will sometimes take the bath salts or Smiles or whatever it is, and it'll only have, a little bit of the active ingredient in it, and they're fine. And then they'll think it's fine, and they'll go and they'll take it or buy it from another pipe shop, but the contents are stronger, so then they'll go nuts, and then they'll go kill their landlord and then jump off a roof.
So that's a great point, Anna. And putting the kidding aside, look, if all drugs were legal, first of all, you could then go and take heroin in a relatively safe environment, or meth, or whatever it might be, thereby making you less likely to take Smiles in some weird shop that doesn't know what the hell it's doing, leading you to jump off a roof. That's a great point. Second of all, I would legalize everything, even this stuff, because one, you could make it safer, right? Number two, if you do it in a sterile environment as they do in countries where it's legal, dude, I'd strap the guy in, man. you know, at least then he's not going to go hurt somebody.
Right.
I know it sounds extreme and crazy, and perhaps you could say, look, I got all these other drugs. You don't need to take that, because I'm telling you you'll lose your mind on that one, right? But no matter how you slice it, making it legal is actually going to keep it much safer, so that people aren't dismembering their, people's
Landlord.
cat.